Most days don't announce themselves. They don't arrive with clarity, urgency, or meaning. They don't feel like turning points. They don't even feel memorable while they're happening. They simply unfold. This episode is about those days, the ones that make up most of life, but rarely get attention because nothing special seems to be happening. For a long time, we're taught to measure our days. We look for markers that tell us whether a day mattered, whether it moved us forward, whether it was productive, meaningful, or at least emotionally coherent. We ask, often without realizing it, did today count? Did I do enough? Did I feel the right things? But there may come a point when that measuring starts to fall away. Not because you've answered those questions, but because they no longer organize your experience. You wake up, you move through familiar motions, you respond to what's in front of you, and the day takes on a shape of its own. There's no narrative arc, no emotional storyline, no conclusion waiting at the end. Just a series of moments, loosely connected, carrying you from morning to night. At first, this can feel unsettling. Without a story, the day can feel empty. Without meaning attached, it can feel flat. You may wonder whether something is missing, whether you're drifting, whether life has become too quiet. But nothing is missing. This is what most days actually look like when they're not being edited by expectation. Ordinary days are repetitive. They involve the same tasks, the same spaces, the same rhythms. They don't build toward anything obvious. They don't demand insight. They ask for presence, not interpretation. You may notice that your energy rises and falls without reason, that attention sharpens briefly, then softens, that emotions appear lightly, then pass, without needing to be addressed. There's no problem to solve here. The shape of an ordinary day isn't meant to be impressive. It's meant to be livable. In these days, effort feels different. You're not pushing toward improvement. You're not resisting stagnation. You're simply doing what's next. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means caring becomes situational instead of global. You care about what's in front of you, not about how your life looks as a whole. This is a quiet shift, but it changes everything. When you stop evaluating your days, you stop evaluating yourself through them. You don't need each day to prove something. You don't need consistency. You don't need momentum. You don't need a sense of progress. You just need the day to carry itself. There's often fatigue here, not exhaustion, but a low-grade tiredness that comes from repetition, from doing familiar things again and again, from living without the adrenaline of urgency or novelty. This fatigue isn't a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that life has settled into rhythm. Rhythm isn't exciting. It's reliable. You may notice that time feels different in these days. Hours pass without much distinction. You may not remember exactly what you did, not because you were absent, but because nothing stood out enough to be labeled. This isn't loss of awareness. It's life without emphasis. The mind may try to intervene here. It may suggest that you need more stimulation, more meaning, more direction. It may reach for distraction or reinvention. But ordinary days don't need to be rescued. They're not placeholders for something better. They're the substance of life. In these days, attention becomes quieter. It doesn't scan for significance. It rests in whatever is happening, then moves on. There's less mental commentary, less emotional amplification. You may still think, you may still reflect, but those movements don't dominate the day. They come and go like weather. You may also notice moments of simple ease, not happiness, not joy, just ease. The absence of tension, the absence of demand. These moments don't announce themselves. They don't last long, but they don't need to. They're not trying to be remembered. Ordinary life, uninterrupted, doesn't try to hold your attention. It doesn't try to teach you anything. It doesn't try to resolve you. It simply continues. This can feel anticlimactic if you've spent years waiting for clarity or transformation. You may have expected life to feel different after everything you've lived through. But what changes isn't the content of life. It's the relationship to it. You stop expecting your days to tell you who you are. You stop asking them to justify your existence. You let them be what they are. This episode isn't suggesting you should appreciate ordinary days more. Appreciation is still a form of evaluation. It's not asking you to find meaning in repetition. It's simply noticing that repetition doesn't require commentary. Life doesn't need to be made interesting in order to be real. There may be moments in an ordinary day where something unexpected appears. A laugh, a memory, a moment of irritation, a small interest. These don't need to be elevated. They pass through the day the same way everything else does. Nothing needs to be held. Nothing needs to be resolved. The shape of an ordinary day is enough. You wake up, you move, you respond, you rest, and then another day comes. This isn't stagnation. It's continuity. You may not feel like you're going anywhere, and that's okay. Life doesn't need to be going somewhere to be lived. This season isn't about improving your days. It's about letting them exist without interference. If you're listening to this and your days feel unremarkable lately, you're not stuck. You're not failing to live fully. You're living in the way life actually happens most of the time. If these reflections feel like something you can return to during your own ordinary days, you're welcome to stay. Liking the video helps it reach others who may feel uneasy about how quiet life has become. And if you want to keep a steady space like this available, you can subscribe, not for inspiration, but for companionship. If someone you care about seems to be moving through their days quietly, without much to say about them, you're welcome to share this with them, only if it feels right. Ordinary days don't need meaning. They don't need improvement. They just need to be lived.